Hi, I'm Chuck Gibson. This is Loveland Beacon Talks. Today we're talking tailgating for the big game. Kevin Egan is the event chairperson for the third annual Biggest Tailgate in Loveland, benefiting the Loveland Legacy Foundation. He's joining us to share the full story of this tailgating event for the game between the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Michigan Wolverines. It is my pleasure to welcome Loveland Legacy Foundation board member and ownership partner with Ramsey's, Paxton's, and Swingline Restaurant Group, Kevin Egan. Welcome to Loveland Beacon Talks. So welcome, Kevin Egan, to Loveland Beacon Talks. And gosh, Kevin, as the event chairperson for the Biggest Tailgate in Loveland, which, as I understand, you're going to share a little bit about this year's special edition of that. But you're the person to talk to, so tell us about the Biggest Tailgate in Loveland 2023. What is this?
Well, hey, first of all, thanks, Chuck, for having me. We appreciate the opportunity to talk about the Biggest Tailgate in Loveland. That's just got bigger this year. Traditionally, we've hosted the tailgate in Ramsey's Trailside. And this year, we've had such a great response over the years. This year, we decided to go bigger and outside. So we've been working with the city, who's allowed us to close down Railroad Avenue, which is the street area between Ramsey's and Paxton's Grill. We're going to bring in a large 15-foot LCD TV that we'll have positioned at one end of the parking lot, and we're looking for all the tailgaters out there to come and set up their tailgate just like they would for any other college game. That entails bringing a grill or whatever it may be, everything except for alcohol, which we cannot do, but that will be provided by the local establishments in downtown Loveland with the door license down there. You just can't pack it in yourself. That's against the local liquor laws, and you can get yourself in trouble. But outside of that, we're looking forward to some serious tailgaters coming down, setting up their own TVs so you can watch multiple games. But we'll have the Ohio State games, which kicks off at noon on the big screen, and probably game day on prior to that to entertain the early arrivals. And we get started at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning. Kickoffs at noon, and we'll probably be wrapping things up somewhere between 4 and 5 o'clock.
Okay, and just so everybody knows, this is what we're talking about. This is the game, Ohio State Buckeyes, Michigan Wolverines, this Saturday, November 25th. And as you said, you guys are going to get started at 9 a.m. Till 4 p.m., I guess you say to 4 p.m., assuming there's not a whole bunch of overtimes or anything like that.
Yeah, we won't be shutting the TV off if we're going into overtime or anything like that. We'll finish it out for sure. But, we're going to open up the parking lot at 9 a.m. and would, as well as the restaurants will be, Paxton's will be open at that point. Actually, Paxton's opens at 8 a.m. that morning for breakfast. And then Ramsey's will be opening a little bit later, probably around 10 a.m. in the morning to accommodate the crowd. But we'll have full service. Both restaurants are going to be providing tailgate service, so they'll be wandering the parking lot, taking orders, delivering to the cars themselves or to your tailgate. So if you don't want to bring your own food, if you want to just come down and let the local establishments cater your experience, we're going to be capable of doing that. We're looking forward to it. The weather's supposed to cooperate. It's supposed to be a nice day, maybe a little on the cool side in the high 40s. But hey, that's football weather in Ohio.
Football weather. That's what it's all about, is the game. But actually, you know what? And I say that it's all about the game. What's really happening, this is, who's putting this together? I said, Kevin Egan, you are, of course, a partner in Ramsey's Trailside and Paxton's Grill, the restaurant group, which also, of course, includes, I'm going to go blank. What's the one in Madera now?
Swing line.
Swing line. So, I didn't want to leave them out. But Partner in Ramsey's Trailside, Paxton's Grill, and Swing Line over in Madera. This is specifically this Saturday, and it includes Paxton's, as you said, and Ramsey's, which will be open. But it's not just about the game. You guys are doing this for the Loveland Legacy Foundation, if I have that correct.
Correct. I'm fortunate enough to be on the board of the Loveland Legacy Foundation, which is a tremendous local nonprofit that looks to connect resources with needs out there in the local community. And this has been one of our fundraisers in the past couple of years. Again, Ramsey's has hosted it. It's been strictly indoor in the years past. This year, and we've had such great response and interest in it that we thought, let's go bigger. And so the idea was to expand outside and really create a kind of a unique event that we'd love to see grow into something, so that, a couple years down the road, if you're not up in Columbus for the game or heading to Michigan, that you're going to Loveland, Ohio to enjoy, what some consider the best college rivalry in football.
Count me among them.
Right.
That's why I say the game, because this is the game every year. Period.
And especially this year, right? You got two undefeated teams coming in. Couldn't ask for a better setting from a competition perspective, as well as we're biased, but we couldn't think you can't ask for a better setting from a place to enjoy it either, on a nice fall day downtown Loveland with all your neighbors.
Right. Well, and I'm cheating, Kevin, as we sit and talk. I do have the flyer in front of me, which I will share with the people with the story on this as well, so they can look at it and get some of the facts. But when I say it benefits Loveland Legacy Foundation, which benefits so many other needs and causes throughout our community and beyond. But this is the third year, if I'm right. How does it work in terms of benefiting the Loveland Legacy Foundation? It is a fundraiser. So how do you raise funds? What's happening at the event that people get to help share the money?
Thanks for asking that, just so we can be specific about that. So currently, right now, at both Ramsey's and Paxton's, we have the traditional square boards, right, where you can buy a square. And, if you're not familiar with what that is, at the end of each quarter, there's going to be a score at the end of each quarter. And those will match up to these square boards that we have on the wall, which will have a number that's assigned just before kickoff. So you'll come down, the opportunity is you come down and buy a square. We have both a $10 board and a $20 board. Once everybody initials their square, puts their phone number in there, then the numbers get drawn just prior to kickoff, and half the money that's raised from those square boards will be paid back out to the winners, and the other half goes to the foundation. So that's one way that you can contribute to the foundation, is by either stopping in the restaurants, Ramsey's or Paxton's, or you can also go to the Loveland Legacy Foundation.org website, follow the link there to where you can go in and purchase squares. And then we'll assign your name to a square that's available. And it's a complete, there is no advantage to picking one square over another, because the number draw is completely random, right?
Very good,
so,
right. Yeah, they're purchasing a blind square, which is going to later be assigned a number that'll match up with those quarter scores and a final game score.
Yep. And then the other way to support is you're able to, if you're not maybe a outside person, or if you don't care to enjoy a cool fall afternoon, you can go ahead and reserve a table inside both Paxton's and Ramsey's. One of their prime seats there to make sure you have a premium seat, right? Great viewing and a nice warm environment to be able to watch the game.
No worries about the weather if you secure that prime indoor seating. And that'll be prime indoor seating both at Ramsey's and Paxton's.
And 100% of the monies that are raised for the table reservation goes directly to the foundation, right?
Outstanding. Very good.
Okay.
And those are $25 per seat, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
All right.
And I know that a good portion of the tables at Ramsey's have already been reserved, so if you're thinking about doing it, hurry up. And if you can't get one at Ramsey's, you can still get one across the street at Paxton's.
Hey, seating's going fast. That's what we want to tell them, right? Seating.
Right.
I was going to ask you how that was going, so you beat me to that question. Another thing, obviously, this is the Ohio State Buckeyes, the Michigan Wolverines, the Scarlet and Gray, the Maize and Blue. So obviously you're encouraging the people to come out, wearing their colors, showing a team spirit, that kind of thing.
Oh, we'd love for that, right? We'd love to see everybody bring their team support. We'd love to see flags flying in the parking lot, the Ohio State or Michigan tents, for sure. And we'll have a prize for the best tailgate setup, right?
Great.
And there'll be some other games and other activities throughout the morning and afternoon that we'll be facilitating outside. Again, getting back to how does the foundation raise additional monies? There'll be a split the pot that will be worked through both restaurants and outside. There'll be some other games and chance to be able to participate in. And we're going to be walking around sharing Loveland Legacy's story and our mission with those that are in attendance. And, looking to see if, anybody would be interested in contributing to the cause, right?
Right. Well, obviously that's another opportunity to donate. They don't have to just rely on the fact that they either purchased prime seating or jumped into one of the games. $1 here or $1 there or 5 or 10 or 20 or whatever they want to do to help out, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And if we have a tremendous response this year, then we'll probably be asking for some donations to be able to be top of the list to reserve your spot for next year. Because, as we said, we hope that 2 or 3 years down the road that this really turns into be a fun destination event for not just those in the Loveland area, but for those in the Cincinnati area and beyond.
Well, Kevin, listen, thank you so much for joining us here. It sounds like it's going to be a blast. I look forward to sharing some more of the story in the future. But what are the things in terms of, I know you mentioned the, and I'll say it like this, the www.lovelandlegacyfoundation, spelled out as one word, .org, is the website. They can find more information there. But what else do you want to tell the people who may want to buy squares, or they might want to make that reservation for prime seating? What do they need to do? What's the contact information for them now?
Yeah, so you're correct. LovelandLegacyFoundation.org is one place to go. There's also an event page under Ramsey's Trailside for the Biggest Tailgate. And within the more information, if you open up the full page on that, right, there's a link back to the foundation website where you can go on and purchase your squares and or tables.
Perfect.
So you've got a couple ways to get there. Or if someone still has any additional questions, they're more than welcome to reach out directly to me. My email is kjegan4@yahoo.com. And I know that you said you post that along with on the event page for this broadcast.
Right, and I'm going to make sure it's KJEGAN4, the numeral 4, not spelled out.
Correct.
at yahoo.com so people can hear that. But yes, Kevin, I'll absolutely share that in the story so they can see it in writing and click on some direct links to get them where they want to go to participate.
Yeah, and the only other thing I would say is, this is a first-year event, so we're kind of shooting from the hip. We're not sure what kind of crowd we're going to get, although the feedback and the buzz that we're seeing out there indicates that we're going to have a strong turnout. We've got about 35 tailgate spots in the area. And so a couple of things. One, if you're interested in tailgating, that you're in setting up a tailgate, right? Do me a favor, reach out to me either at the email that's posted, ideally at the email that's posted, as well as if you don't want to do the full tailgate, then I encourage you to park at either Linda Cox or at the new gravel parking lot, kind of to the side of the works there, right? There's a lot of outside parking that you can walk down, and it'll be a great place just to be able to mingle. If you care, bring your camp chair, right? We've got a certain area that's going to be open to only people standing and sitting in chairs that will have prime viewing. That there won't be any vehicles in, right? So, because we recognize not everybody's going to want to set up a full tailgate, but we still welcome you to come down and be part of it.
Sounds great. Kevin, again, thank you so much for joining me here on Loveland Beacon Talks. Really appreciate your taking the time to share the story. Hopefully to raise a lot of money for Loveland Legacy Foundation. And I'm going to probably get a whole bunch of people coming after me for this, but I'm going to finish with a big old M Go Blue for the game.
Here, I thought you were going to give me an OA.
Nope. So this Michigan-born and bred guy is just going to stick with the M Go Blue for now. But either way, it's sizing up to be a great game, and obviously the biggest tailgate in Loveland, which just got bigger, is going to be an outstanding event for the fans of both sides, and just, hopefully everybody can have a great time.
Yeah, well, we hope so too. We look forward to it. We're going to make sure that it's a great event for everybody that shows up, and again, appreciate your time, Chuck, and the opportunity to kind of spread the word.
My pleasure, Kevin. Thanks for joining us. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was Kevin Egan sharing the story of the third annual Biggest Tailgate in Loveland that just got bigger, taking place this Saturday, November 25th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., showing the big clash between the Ohio State Buckeyes and Michigan Wolverines. Reserve inside prime seating at Ramsey's Trailside or Paxton's Grill, or set up your tailgate fun outside on Railroad Avenue. Make reservations, join in the games, or learn more at www.lovelandlegacyfoundation.org. Contact Kevin Egan via email at kjegan4@yahoo.com. I'm Chuck Gibson saying thanks for listening here on Loveland Beacon. Loveland Beacon Talks is a presentation of Loveland Beacon Digital Media and Gibson Communications, LLC.